Okay, perfect. We are recording. Awesome. So, like I said earlier, my name is Jay. I am the Director of Customer Experience here at Teamzy. So, I'm responsible for making sure that you can really use the system. So today I want to really get into Teamzy. I want to cover a couple different things. My plan is to take you through a full presentation of Teamzy. So I'm going to go over everything from setup through to daily implementation. So we're actually going to dive into the follow-ups, day-to-day, what you can do to really maximize on your time with Teamzy. So if you're brand new, if you're just here to kind of check out what Teamzy's got to offer and you might want to ask some questions, stick with us because like I said, I'm going to go through a little bit of everything. And then the last 30 minutes of today's call, I want to dive into a question and answer. So if you do have specific questions, go ahead and utilize your question and answer section. It should be in the upper left-hand corner or the upper right-hand corner. From there, you can jot down any questions, and then at the end of my presentation, I'll go ahead and dive into each of those questions specifically. Okay, so thank you for being here. It's that time of year again, folks. Holidays are starting to kind of blur into the end of the year, but this is crunch time. So you've made a great choice to jump on this call. We're gonna get into tips, tricks, how you can really use the system to the best of your ability. So first question is, does everyone have a trial on this call? Because the free trial is your best way to get a sense of what Teamzy has to offer you. In all of my years in working with tech and different tools and online systems and services, I always get the same question from business owners. What's the best tool for doing this? What's the best way to save time doing this? Honestly, folks, the best tool is the one you're gonna use. So, get a free trial of Teamzy, dive in, get your contacts loaded, and then really try for 30 days to work your system, okay? To work the Teamzy system. Rely on the follow-up systems that are built right in for you. So, like I said, I'm super excited to show you all of Teamzy, but I wanted to make sure that you're all taking advantage of that free 30-day trial. No credit card necessary. We just want you to love it, okay? So, what is Teamzy? Before we go any further, before I talk to you about the logistics of setting up and importing contacts and things of that nature, what is Teamzy? I all too often hear that Teamzy is the tracking app. It's the app you use to track. Yes, but that's just sort of the tip of the iceberg, folks. Teamzy is so much more than just the capability to track. It's going to be your lead generation system, okay? I'm gonna say that one again for you. It is your lead generation system. Teamzy goes above and beyond the tracking. While it is in fact an incredibly robust and an excellent system for tracking and organization, it's going to help you generate leads, bringing in new blood into your business. And as a Beachbody coach, isn't that sort of the cornerstone of what you're all doing? Meeting new people, exposing them to the services that you offer. But how do you do all that without staying organized? Okay, that's the easiest way to lose your mind in this business because you're managing, you're meeting people through lots of different avenues, whether it be face-to-face and belly-to-belly. I know it happens somewhere. Or if it's social media, Facebook, Insta, whatever you're using to connect with people or making new introductions, exposing new people to the services and the products that you offer. It's important to make sure that you're organized with all of that because if you're managing a list in Facebook and then one in Instagram and then one in LinkedIn, how often do people fall through the cracks? And that, my friends, is the surefire way to end your business, is to start losing trust with people before they've even decided to get into business with you, before they've even decided to move forward. So that's what I want to show you in Teamzy today, is how one system can ultimately streamline all of the scrubbing that you were doing, right? Scrubbing lists and trying to find the people that are interested and then trying to go through your Facebook and find who didn't I message yesterday or who did I miss? These are the pain points. These are the challenges that Teamzy's really great at solving for. So I wanted to give you a little bit of background that Teamzy is way more than just a tracking app. And I want to show you a little bit about that today. So, without further ado, let's take a look at Teamzy. Okay, so you should all now be looking at my Teamzy screen. So this is going to be a brand new Teamzy account. Now, what's awesome is that, so like I mentioned, many of you may be at different points in the process. You may already be using Teamzy, so which is awesome. If you've got specific questions, go ahead, like I said, and utilize that question and answer section in the upper right or left of your screen, and I will get into those specifically. But hang with us through this whole session. Sometimes you'll have a takeaway or something that you didn't know was in the system before, and I'll try to give you a couple tips and tricks along the way. Okay, so when you first log into your Teamzy, if you're getting started in your trial, you're gonna have a banner here. This banner will actually show you, it'll give you a little message that says, we notice you have not set up your Teamzy. And it's gonna give you a link to what's known as our setup wizard, okay? The setup wizard makes the setup process super simple, holds your hand, make sure that you contribute to all of the fields that you need to, okay? Make sure all of your information goes where it needs to go. So let's take a look. Now, when I'm launching the setup wizard in my system, you're gonna notice that it actually has different videos, tutorial videos that will walk you through this portion, so you're not getting overwhelmed at any point. You'll be able to log in and find out, okay, what is my step one? My step one is to set my income goal, but really, what does that mean? If you were to click on this video and all of the subsequent videos throughout the setup wizard, it'll actually walk you through that process. So let's take a look at what the setup wizard has for us. So if we hit start on the setup wizard, the very first field is going to be your income goal. Now, at Teamzy, we're not making any sort of an income promise here, okay, or any sort of an income guarantee, but we are giving you the opportunity to set a goal for yourself, okay, almost a milestone that you need to reach, and then we're gonna give you the tools, okay, that is Teamzy to achieve that goal. So take some time and go through your goal process. Make sure that you're spending time on each field and you know why you're saying you want to make that much or why that's your why. And we'll get into that here in a minute. Okay, so I've got my income goal set to 100,000. You can choose to set it at your own preference. If you are a superstar Beachbody coach, which I know we've got quite a few of you on board already, decide what you want to do next year. This is that time of year where people do course correcting, where they take a hard look at what they were able to achieve thus far, and they want to make changes, or they want to do a little bit of this or a little bit of that will help them be better or do better. So when you're taking a look at your next year, when we're at strategic planning time, take a look at this income goal and decide, what could I really do? Get ambitious, okay? Or make this as realistic as possible. Wherever you are in the process, decide on your income goal. And then we'll hit continue. Now, once you've set that income goal, now I've told the system what I'd like to achieve, okay? And now it's actually gonna crunch those numbers for me, because it's important for you to know that Teamzy's not just pretty bells and whistles. We have an extremely robust engine on the back end that's actually cranking out for you the number of activities you need to complete to stay on track with your income goal. How exciting is that? You never have to give it another moment's thought because the system's doing it for you. So, what is Teamzy telling me I need to do? In order to accomplish my six-figure goal, I need to now complete a total of 2,899 connections over the next 12 months, okay? I know that sounds like a lot. I know a bunch of you said, oh, okay, it's 2,899 connections over the next 12 months. So, what does that look like? The system is now going to take those crunched numbers, and it's going to break it down for you into bite-sized chunks. Now, I know many of you may have heard this phrase before, okay? How do you eat an elephant? I know, it's not so great. But the truth is, the only way to eat anything is a bite at a time, okay? If I were to tell my Marine Corps husband that, he'd probably say to me, no, that's not the case. I can eat as much as I want to eat, but that's just him. So if you're considering how do I achieve this incredible goal, or how do I get to that milestone, it's a step at a time, folks. That's how. So you lean on a tool like Teamzy when you're looking at your planning and your strategy for next year, and it's telling you, based on your income goal, this is what you need to achieve. You need to, based on your prospects, customers, and coaches, because that's the focus of Teamzy. We know that as Beachbody coaches, that's ultimately how you see the world. You know, everyone kind of falls into those categories ultimately. So Teamzy's gonna break down your activities by the type of person that you may be interacting with, allowing you to be systematic and focused on who you connect with. So It breaks down for me the number of connections I need to make to my prospects yearly, monthly, weekly, and then daily. So again, bite-sized chunks. I don't need to feel overwhelmed, even though I may have a loftier goal. So once I've set my goals, you'll notice once the system has set up my goals for me or broke them down, I now have the option to manually override those. If I realize that right now I'm already connecting with 10 prospects with no problem, maybe you can go ahead and take a look at that and add 10 to the number. You know what, I do 10 without a problem, let me add 10. I'm gonna shoot for 16 per day. And little by little, you are injecting new lifeblood into your business, which is so important. Okay, now with your customers, same deal. If you realize that, you know, I connect with my customers all day long, no problem, I can hit 4 without blinking. Then go ahead and up that number, okay? But this is really what the system is doing. It's considering your overall goal, and now it's giving you bite-sized chunks so that you can eventually devour that goal, okay? So that's ultimately your goal process for your prospects, your customers, and your coaches. Now, as you're going through and you're connecting with new prospects and customers and coaches, we know that you're going to be inviting people, and we know that you're going to be adding new people to your database as you go along. So you'll notice that the system has also broken down a goal for each of these also. So you've got a daily invite goal, and then you have a daily ad goal, okay? So as you're acquiring new people or infusing them into your business, introducing new people to your products, or introducing them simply to you, okay? You're gonna have a goal for that, and the system's actually gonna allow you to track against that goal. So you know how close or how far you are to meeting those milestones. Like I said, all of these fields can be manually overridden. But if you're a person who maybe never set goals before, or this is gonna be a complete change from what you're used to, then go ahead and log into the system, trust the system, go ahead and accept the recommended goals, and hit the ground running, okay? So let's take a look here. Okay, next up is finding your why. Now, your why. The why has become more and more of a concept that people are very familiar with. It's ultimately your reason for being here. Why are you a Beachbody coach? Why did you decide to make this decision, either to advance your life through health and fitness, or if you wanted to help others, or you needed more income for your family, or you wanted to put your kid through college, or whatever your decision? Why was that your decision? We are all quitters, and that's a fact, folks. It's the only thing that's guaranteed, is that life is going to be really, really hard. We're going to encounter challenges at every turn, and especially in a business like network marketing, where it's driven by your efforts alone, you're going to encounter challenges, things that are going to make you want to quit. If I could see any of you right now, how many of you would raise your hands if I asked you wanted to quit today? It's a normal feeling. Sometimes you get overwhelmed. Sometimes you feel like you're under it. But what I'm telling you is that you don't have to. If you create a powerful why, a powerful reason that will compel you beyond those challenges, that when you encounter, you know, a force of 1,000 that seems like it's gonna push you over, where's your armor? Do you have inside of you why? What is pushing me forward? Teamzy is actually gonna help you create that. So if you wanted to watch this video, you could. It's the same as all of the others. It'll basically walk you through the process. But if you hit continue here, finding your why is really easy in Teamzy, because we've created almost like a journaling exercise for you. Not many people do this, so it's something that we want you to feel like you're getting the most out of. So when you're compiling your why statement, go through it step by step. Answer each question. Give it some time, okay? Ruminate over it if you need to. So why did you become a coach? And you would basically just jot down your answer here. Why, what do you hope to accomplish, okay? Take each and every one of them and then actually write in your answer. Because by the time you get to the bottom, when you're compiling your why statement, it's going to be that much easier, because your wheels have already been spinning and you know why. It's just a matter of formulating the statement, okay? So this why statement is really, really awesome. It's going to be something that works in with the system, and I'll show you how that actually displays in Teamzy here in a minute. So once you've got your why statement and your goals set up, your next step in Teamzy is going to be to load your contacts, okay? This can be the part of the setup process that people can cringe a little bit. Doesn't have to be. We've made it super easy for you, okay? And what's more is you all have me in your corner to help. So at the end of today's call, I'm going to share with you all of my contact info so you can reach out to me directly if you have any questions. But we have created tutorial videos for exporting your contacts, whether it be from your coach's online office or your LinkedIn or your Facebook. Each of them have their own tutorial video. So feel free to take a look there and it'll walk you through the process. You can export your contacts from Facebook, or if it's in an alternate if it's in an alternate contact management system or an email service, Gmail, Outlook. There are instructions out there for exporting from all of these. So if you're having trouble finding them, reach out to me and I can help. But for the most part, if you can get a file in a CSV format, it'll be ready to get imported to Teamzy. Okay, so take a look at those tutorial videos. That'll walk you through the process. Now, I'm actually going to show you what a quick import is. Okay, so I'm going to choose my file. I have an import here. Okay, you'll notice that once you import a file, the system is going to run a quick filter. It's going to make sure that it's in the appropriate format, one, and that it's actually got information in there that the system can read. Okay, so right now it's giving me the green light. File's been uploaded. Please select the options below or continue. So a lot of people just continue beyond here, but there's a really cool tip. If you select advanced import options here, you can actually rank everyone that you're bringing in from that list all at once. So I can say, okay, if I've exported all of my customers from my online office, I can actually import all of those people and then tag them as customers. So that way I know as soon as I log into my system who I'm working with. Okay, if you don't know any of this information and you're importing a new list from your Facebook or from LinkedIn and you're going to qualify people as you go, then you would do this. We'd hit continue here. The system says that it has mapped all of my columns, meaning it's going to put phone numbers with phone numbers, email addresses with email addresses, and so on. I can hit continue here. The system is going to create the contacts for me, and then it's going to lead me into the next step in the process. Again, you're never alone, okay? So the next step, once I've imported my file, will be to rank my contacts, okay? Ranking is extremely important in Teamzy because we are the system that's going to help you prioritize all of your customers and coaches and prospects so that you can ultimately focus your time and your resources on the people that deserve it. I know that's a harsh way to put it, but the truth is some people are just more worth it than others. And you want to spend your time with those people because they're going to become advocates and loyal to you going forward. Okay? So here's how you do it in the system. We've created a 5-star rank system, which with definitions for each, so you can take a look at what categorizes each. And then we've also got a video here as to why ranking is important. Take a look there when you're getting started. When you're ready to rank, you'd simply click rank. The system is going to redirect you to all of the contacts in your system. You'll notice it'll have the stars already ready to be ranked. It is as simple, folks, as simply clicking the rank. So I happen to go through this list. Okay, I know this person. So I can make him a 4-star, and I happen to know that he is also a customer. Okay, so now I've told the system that this person is that he is a 5-star customer. So now what that means is that I'm going to be prompted to follow up with him in certain frequency. If you're ever unsure of what that frequency is, go ahead and click this little hint, and it'll break down your ranking system for you. You'll have 5 stars, rock stars, people that you're going to be okay with following up with every 30 days, 4 stars, still rock stars, but people you're more likely to follow up with every 60. 3 stars every 90 days, 2 stars every 120 days, and then the 1-star folks just will not come up for follow-up. So this is allowing you to tailor-make your own follow-up system without having to log into Facebook and scrub through the list, figure out who I want to call, find out what we talked about last, and then help them. You're able to get right to it, which is ultimately what you're trying to do, right, folks? Okay, so ranking and connecting. So we talked about ranking your clients. So it's easy as going through your list and ranking everyone. You come to anybody on your list, I know you're gonna be cleaning out some folks when you bring in people from your Facebook or from your LinkedIn, maybe people that would ever do business with you or their family or what have you. You can remove them from Teamzy so you don't have to do the follow-ups and things of that nature. Like my last import accidentally brought in my dry cleaning guy, so I removed him from my list. So if you need to do any cleaning up, you can if you want to, but remember, every single person that you get introduced to is an incredible opportunity for you to expose them to great products and services and help them on their health and fitness journey. So really, when you're cleaning up, it's just ultimately, how can I help this person? Okay, so that's gonna be how you clean up your database as you get them imported, okay? You're gonna have the option to rank them, to select a member type, and then there's one other area that I think some people miss when they first get started with Teamzy, which is so exciting for me. I know that all of you sort of categorize your clients differently. You create different groups and niches, different ways that you serve or connect with people, okay? And that's so awesome because that allows you to be more focused. So how does that come into play in Teamzy? In Teamzy, we have what are known as tags. So if I have a customer that I happen to know is interested in 21-day fix, I can tag her as a 21-day fix person. I'll put in here 21, whoops. Fix. Okay, so now I've created that tag. So now every time I pull up Amy's record, I'll know what product she's interested in. I'll know where we left off because all of my connections are being tracked in her history. I know whether she's a prospect, customer, or coach, all at one glance, folks. This is without having to check 30 different databases in Facebook and in LinkedIn and so on. I'm simply able to get to helping her, okay? So use those tags to allow yourself to create different groups. And then what's awesome about these groups is you can always pull them up after the fact and then you can go through and do different follow-ups. This is a tool that is awesome for your challenge groups, okay? When you're getting ready to send out follow-ups for your challenge groups, or you wanna send out success stories from a previous challenge group to a specific group, utilize your tags. That'll let you get focused, create a list all in one place while monitoring why that person's connected to that tag and whatnot. Okay, so tags are a really great tip for you. Now, once you've gone through and you've done all of that sorting and you've qualified everyone, you've decided who's a 5-star, who's a 4-star, and so on, you can now start to work the system. So, when you log into your dashboard, and this is gonna be your dashboard view, the dashboard is awesome because it's gonna act as sort of like your virtual accountability partner. The dashboard will be your way of knowing how close or how far you are to meeting your overall goals. As you track your connections, as you connect with people, the system is going to track that progress for you. And that's how you're gonna know, okay, I need to really kick it into gear because I haven't, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I haven't connected with anyone, and I really need to spend some time on my lead generation today because it's my responsibility. So use your dashboard as your virtual accountability partner. It'll let you know how close or how far you are to meeting your goals because it has now arranged for you how many prospects you need to connect with. It's given you how many customers and how many of your coaches. Again, all at one glance, okay? Now that I know I need to connect with 6 prospects, the next feature that you need to head over to is your Who's Up Next list. It's your bread and your butter. This is going to be that incredible follow-up system that takes power 3 hour that included scrubbing and calling people and going for no. That's gonna get that down into 30 minutes of connecting with worthwhile people who are excited to hear from you, people who are intrigued, interested, and engaged with you, okay? And that's what's important here, is the quality of business that you're also creating. Because long-term, those are people that become advocates. Those are people that bring you more clients just like them, and that's the name of the game. Okay, so how does your Who's Up Next list work? We talked earlier about the ranking. When you're going through and you're qualifying everybody on your list, whether it be 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, and so on. This list is actually going to be the prompt that tells you, okay, it has been 90 days since you connected with this 3-star. It has been 120 days. It has been, so that's why people come up on your Who's Up Next list. So all you have to do once you've gotten your setup done is log into the system, find out who's my next prospect. Okay, it's Shirley. I know that Shirley is, let's see here. I have never connected with Shirley before. I have her email address. So you know what? I'm going to send her a quick Email, oh, I've got her on Facebook. We're Facebook friends. I'm gonna connect with her on Facebook. What do I say? Shoot, what do I say to Shirley? I know, Teamzy must have a solution for that too. Okay, so we've incorporated a really cool feature called your scripts. Scripts are amazing, guys. They're a really cool feature that allows you to find out what do I say to each client. Okay, if let's say I want to connect with Shirley on Facebook, I can literally click the medium in which I'm going to use to connect with her. It gives me an idea of what I can say. I can copy my script, open up my Facebook. Let's say we're connecting with Eric. I drop this in here. Okay. Hi, Eric. Just wanted to stop by and say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. That's it. Small connections, okay? It makes you a real person. It makes you someone that's engaged in their everyday life. And what's more is you're making a small deposit in their trust account. They know that you really care. They can trust you and they want to do business with you in the future. Small connections like this. And how I did that in a couple of seconds. This is why Teamzy makes your power hour a power 30 minutes, because I can quickly crank through this list and get my 6 prospects done, and then I can get my 4 customers connected with, and then I can go over to my coaches, and so on. Now, with your prospects, your customers, and your coaches, you're also gonna have your own follow-ups, okay? It's important because Teamzy is gonna let you start a minimum of 20 connections each day, okay? You're gonna be able to start those conversations, but then you're gonna need to keep them up. So your responsibility to each and every one of these people is to be engaged, is to be there for them. So if they have questions about a product and they want you to follow up, use Teamzy to help with that. Let's say I connected with Shirley today, and she wanted me to follow up with her about my challenge group that starts next week. What I can do is I can say that she and I spoke about challenge group, okay? Let's say that she and I connected via text, okay? And I'm going to call this one an invite because I'm inviting her to my challenge group. You'll notice the system allows you to quickly and easily get organized with every bit of information that goes to any given client. Was this an invite? Yes, I invited her. Okay, to what? A challenge group. So that when you go back in her history, you'll now know exactly where you stand with that person so you can serve them to the best of your ability. Okay? So let's say that I spoke with Shirley about my challenge group, but she wants some more information, so I promised I'll follow up, let's say tomorrow, okay? I'm following up tomorrow, but Shirley's now a 3-star. So when I complete this, she's not gonna come up for another 90 days. So why don't I set a new follow-up? Each person will have their own follow-up option. You can go down and set it for tomorrow, which is what I decided. I will be setting up this follow-up for tomorrow. I'm gonna log this connection, and you'll notice she gets removed from my list and the next person populates. So I always have the next person on my list to contact without having to rescrub a list, and without having to start from scratch. So that's the beauty of your Who's Up Next page. Now, I just set a follow-up for Shirley. So if my follow-up is set for Shirley, I should be able to go over to my follow-ups tab and see that I have an upcoming follow-up for Shirley. So as you're sort of planning your week, as you're planning your month or what have you, if you wanted to get ahead of it and decide what are my follow-ups gonna look like every day so I can, time block my power hours, which is a really good habit to get into, you can always take a hard look at your follow-ups and decide, okay, I've got 3 or 4 follow-ups, I'm gonna get to my power hour at, and then you get into scheduling. Teamzy is a tool that's gonna help you be more organized. It's gonna help you be there for your clients so you're not having to run after random cold lists or chasing people that don't really wanna hear from you, okay? Serve the clients who are already there with you and bring in new. Okay, so we talked about your Who's Up Next list. We talked about your dashboard. Now, let's get into your team page. Before I go any further, sorry. This little area I'm using on the left-hand side is your navigation menu, okay? These are gonna be all of the major areas in Teamzy that you need to get to. Your dashboard, like we said, that's gonna be your progress, your daily accountability partner, that kind of thing. And then you've got your team page. This is gonna be anything contact related, so anyone. Prospects, customers, and coaches will all be listed in your team page, okay? So when you click on your team page, you're gonna have that all. It's gonna look very similar to that ranking process. So please, Know that you can always re-rank people, okay? As you're requalifying them, as you're sort of establishing the nature of that relationship, you don't really know, right? When you meet a prospect for the first time, I don't know if they're gonna be a coach. I don't know what the potential is of them becoming a customer. I have to build this relationship. I've got to start to connect with them and show them I'm there for them so I can establish that. The system allows you to change that when the time comes. Let's say Amy and I have been working together. She's a 4-star. She's decided to become a coach. So I've got her started. She's going to be a part of my she will be a personally sponsored coach. Okay. So now I can alter all of my client information as I go along so that information is up to date in real time, guys. Who'd have thunk it, right? Awesome. So utilize your member types and your rankings as you go along. It shouldn't be a set it and forget it deal, guys. This has to be something that kind of evolves with your database. View it as sort of a living, breathing organism, right? You've got to feed it, right? We need new additions to the database. You got to be bringing in new people. We've got to water it, right? So connecting with people, loving on them. And then there's some pruning, right? It's got to happen. Sort of filter out the people that are no good for you, right? Serve the people that are going to allow you to serve them well. So use these features to help you get focused with the different people that you're working with. Now, we went over your all category, ranking and reestablishing types and tags. Now, you can decide if you want to log in and you know what, I want to call 50 of my prospects today, or I'm going to invite 50 prospects to my upcoming challenge group, or when the quarter force just launched, if you've got a new product information and you want to send it out to a specific subset in your database, you can do that. You would just click on your prospects, and what's awesome is you can just go right down the list and connect with each person one at a time, just going down the list. And you know you're working with your prospects because you've already done the filtering and kind of focusing who you're working with. So let's say that Arlene is a prospect that I want to connect with, but you know what, I've got a really great email I want to send over to her. Teamzy has email integration, guys, so you have no excuses. You can actually send an email directly within Teamzy. If you're a Gmail user, then you can go ahead and integrate your Gmail account with Teamzy, and it will allow you to quickly and easily select connect, for example. I can go down here and hit send email. The system, if you have not connected your Gmail, which this demo account is not connected, you can go ahead and click connect Gmail and it will walk you through the prompts there. And then the next time you log in, you can send emails directly from Teamzy. Yay! Okay, so on top of sending emails, you'll notice that we've got different connect types like text, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn. So continue to serve your clients where they are, okay? If they prefer to contact you or communicate with you through Instagram or through text message, contact them that way. Go ahead and use the different contact types, okay? Use your follow-ups. If you need to connect with this, if I need to connect with this customer next week, then I can go in and actually set my own custom follow-up. Okay, I know I need to connect with her next Tuesday. Then I can do that. Now, as I log my connections, okay, let's say I left voicemail, check in. Okay. The system is actually keeping an itemized list of every single connection that you make. So if at any given point Arlene reaches out to you and you need to find out what was the last conversation we had, because I work with 800 people a week, then you can quickly pull up her record, toggle over to her history, and it'll give you a really quick snapshot of here's where you were, here's where you can leave off, okay? So this is a tool that ends up being an extension of you. You can't keep track of all of these conversations in your head, so utilize a tool like Teamzy to help you do that. So we're building and deepening our relationships through connections with our customers. Now, how else can Teamzy help you stay on track with your business? Your income is a very large part of all of this. Ooh, before I segue to that, the income portion of this is very important. So anytime, let's say that I speak to Arlene and she's decided that she's going to purchase Shakeology, I can actually log that sale for Arlene so that when she calls me and says, I need to talk to you about what I just bought, I know that I can actually go in and see what it is that I sold her. So I can quickly say that, okay, Shake Home Direct, save. Okay. So now I know that I sold her a Shake Home Direct anytime I come in her history, and I know exactly where she stands. Okay, so you can log your sales so that you've got a basic idea of how much you were doing with each client. or customer. So tracking your business and your income now. We have a business tab there on the left-hand side. This is going to allow you to track your income progress. So at the beginning of all of this, we set an income goal. Okay, so if I set an income goal of $100,000 for myself, it's important that I keep up to date with that goal. So I know if it's March, how much I've done, or how close I am to getting to my goal, or if it's December, do I need to kick it into gear? That sort of thing. So when you're tracking your income goals, when you're tracking against your income goal, what's really cool is it's super simple. You would just come over to your business tab, you'd select the little plus symbol here, and then you can actually track your commissions based on a date range. So use your earning statements. If you get your commission reports or your earning statement or what have you, you can actually put in, okay, here's what I earned from this date to this date. And then it's gonna track that against your overall goal. So you know when you log in, I've already made 25,000 of the 100,000 I wanted to make for the year. And that allows, that's a little, okay, way to go, or it's a, kick in the bum. So it's a really great tool. It's in there for you to use. So that's your income goal portion. Let's see here, adding new individuals to the database. You can absolutely continue to add by list. So if you're working through your Facebook, you've got your Facebook imported, now you want to do your agent office, and then you can import multiple times, not a problem, Teamzy can take it. Now, when you're importing, a lot of times the next question is, what do I do with duplicates? What if people are on the same list more than once? If you are working a list more than one, if you've got people that are on the same list more than once, it's completely okay. Teamzy has a duplicate filter. What's really amazing is our awesome engineers. Yes, they're so good. They created a duplicate filter that will actually cross-reference the email addresses. So if you try to import someone with the same information, it will go ahead and screen them out and only leave you with one record. Now, we live in the day and age where people use maiden names and they've got multiple addresses. So if you end up with a record that's, might be in there more than once, there might be some manual cleanup, okay? Not the end of the world. Like I showed you, Teamzy's super easy about removing duplicates or removing people that you don't need in the system, ranking them, all of that. The setup process is gonna be super simple. So, if you're not adding from a list, if you meet somebody, you've added all of your lists and now you're out meeting new people. You're infusing new lifeblood into your business. Okay, as you meet new people, I recommend you get in the habit of adding them one at a time to the system. It gives you the opportunity to add things like their email address and phone number. You get to have those conversations where you're intentionally asking for information, as opposed to sometimes the connections we make on Facebook, you get what you can. So, use Teamzy, add people as you meet them. If you get to the point where you feel like you're a little bit behind, or you've just been a straight up rock star on Facebook and Instagram and you met like 300 new people, then you can feel free to re-import to Teamzy, and that awesome duplicate filter will screen out anyone that it had previously imported. Okay, so that's how you add new people to your database. Now, the university section is really, really important for new people, or, well, for any users, honestly. This is gonna be your FAQs, this is gonna be tutorial videos, this is gonna be how you engage with the community at large. So, if we click on university, it'll give you FAQs by network. So if you're a Beachbody coach, you would select Team Beachbody, and it'll list for you all of the current tutorial videos that we have or FAQs that are available. It's a great place to start if you're first getting acclimated with the system. If you're more of a DIY person like me, sometimes you like to watch the videos and take a swing at it yourself, feel free, it's in your university section. And you can also send us requests for feature updates, or if you have something that you really think we need to know, feedback on the product, you can always submit a request directly to us that way. This community link is going to actually let you engage with the community, get into the different conversations that are going on, gives you different threads that are currently available, and you can always pop in. So that is going to be your university in a nutshell. Now, we talked about the dashboard and who's up next and your daily activities. Some additional features on that dashboard, the last couple things I want to show you before we get into those questions, would be your dailies, okay? This is gonna be a check a checklist for you as a Beachbody coach when you log in every day, okay? Everything else is sort of geared toward what you're doing in your business, but I want you to view your dailies as kind of a quick checklist so nothing that you're trying to pursue falls through the cracks. Important things like your social posts. Are you engaging with your communities online? Are you making sure that you're showing all of your friends on Facebook that you're a product of the product? Things like that. Okay, so have I posted to social media? Have I spent time on my personal development? Yes, just picked up a new book. Get over your damn self. It's kind of awesome. So, personal development. Your shake. Have you had your shake today? Have you done your workout? Okay. So once you've gone through and you've done your checklist, now you can move on with the rest of your lead generation if you need to, or if that's what you do first or last. This is how you use your dailies. It's more of a checklist for you. And then your dailies will actually display for you on the last 30 days, so you know how you're doing. All right, so that's basically going to be Teamzy in a nutshell. I think I went a little over my 30 minutes. We'll say a little. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Q&A and see if we have any specific questions. Don't be shy, guys. I don't mind anything that you may have, okay? We can, if you want me to go in further with a certain topic, I can, or if you've got something that you've tried with the system, go ahead and shoot me a question. Ooh, and then I'm going to show you another one of my, okay. So I've got a question from Eric here that says, is there a mobile app? Awesome, awesome question. Okay, yes, there is absolutely a mobile site. Okay, so we do not currently have a native app, but we do have an amazing mobile site that works just like an app. So I'm actually gonna show you really quickly here. Okay, so if you can see right there, that is actually a link to my mobile site for Teamzy. So when you're on the go, you can quickly access your who's up next list, you can quickly access client details, and then you can add to the system really easily. So that's gonna make that adding on the go really quick and easy for you. So yes, mobile site, totally available. Thanks for the question, Eric. Anyone else? We've still got about 15 minutes or so. Looks like I've got one coming in through the chat from Natasha. Is there a way to make the follow-up time quicker, like a 2-week follow-up? Yes, absolutely. So let me share my screen with you really quickly. Okay. So when you're overriding the follow-ups, so the default follow-ups cannot be overridden, okay? Those are gonna be happening in the background so no one falls to the cracks. So even if worst case scenario, if you forget to set a manual follow-up, there will still be one that occurs and no one falls through. Let's say Julie, for example, let's say you need to follow up with her in 2 weeks, like I said. You can always manually set your own follow-up for someone. If I were to pull up Julie's record, for example, I can come here to the follow-up line and actually select exactly when I want to follow up. So I'm overriding what the system would have done based on her ranking, and I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, no matter what, in 2 weeks, I need to be reminded to follow up with her. So I would set 2 weeks here. You'll notice the date saves, and then if I head over to my dashboard and I actually click on that follow-ups list, it's going to show me that Julie is set for a follow-up January 2nd, 2 weeks from today. Okay, I hope that answered your question. Let's see here. Okay, we've got Debbie. I only have 7 PS coaches, so it didn't take me long to contact one a day. I hate that it counts against me in my goals. Can I change the goal to 0 until I build my team? Yes, you can absolutely manually override your goal. I can show you how to do that here. So let's do, why I just lost track of everything just then. Okay, so if I share this screen again. Alrighty, so let's say that I want to alter my goals. I've already gone through the whole setup wizard. Debbie, you may have already done that. What you want to do is head into your Teamzy and then select Edit Daily Goals here. When you click Edit Daily Goals, it's going to redirect you back to that setup wizard. So you can just hit continue for any of the fields you don't need to edit, and then it's going to bring you to that breakdown screen. And you're going to put in here anything that you want to manually override. So it sounds like it's for your coaches. So you can go in and actually set your coaches to 0. You would just backspace that and set a 0. Or set a 1, so you're always killing that goal until you're ready to get a little more ambitious. Okay? Alrighty, that's how you edit your daily goals. Let's see, Janelle asks, do you have to go through each and every contact individually to rank them before being able to dive in and utilize this program? Like, what if you have thousands of contacts? Sad face. I completely understand. It's an overwhelming feeling just like because of the process I went through. It's a yes and it's a yes. I'll show you what I mean, okay? Let's see. Now, when you're bringing in your contacts, especially when you're bringing in from Facebook, usually that's the case. When we're over 1,000, that's usually the situation. The short answer is yes, you should be ranking and taking a hard look at everybody and sort of where they fall. But we also know that there are going to be some people that are so new in that process. They may be so new in the prospect funnel that you may not know where they fall. So you can always leave people at the default ranking. So when you import them, they're gonna stay at the 3-star ranking. So that means they're not gonna come up for 90 days, okay? So in 90-day increments. Now, if I wanted to, let's see here, I'm just going to, okay. So if I wanted to, oh, excuse me. If I wanted to go through and rank the people that I just imported, I would quickly go over to Team. I'd select rank mode here, and then I can go down this list. And like you said, it can be a bit daunting when you know there's 1,000 there. But if you wanted, you could always break that 1,000 into chunks. You can take a hard look at your Facebook list and say, okay, these people are my 5-star. These people are my 4-star. You could do that and rank them all as you import them. But if not, you're not in that position, then yes, you're gonna do it bite-sized chunks at a time, okay? So you're gonna go through and say, okay, here are my 4 stars, here are my 4 stars, so on and so on and so on. And you can even do the same thing with your types. So if I wanted to establish, okay, here's my customer, here's a coach, and so on, I could do that all in one kind of by initiating that mode option, and it'll let you kind of breeze through that. Take it a little bit at a time. But know that the system isn't just going to forget someone if you haven't gotten around to ranking them yet. It's just going to put them in that middle ground so that you can so that you can follow up and then start to establish where they fall on the ranking scale. Okay? So I hope that answers your question. If not, we could always chat some more. You know, you can always give me a call. I will share my contact info. Okay. So you are very welcome. Let's see here. Do we have any other questions? Okay, let me check the chat really quickly. Okay, I think that's all the questions we have for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And I think I might get you out of here early. Do I get a prize? Does Jay get a prize? I thank you so much for your time, guys. Teamzy is a really, really cool system, but the truth is, I just kind of scratched the surface today. So if you have questions, if you want some help, if you want to kind of talk about, I want to get really systematic about my approach to Teamzy. What do I do for the next 30 days? Let's connect. What's more, let's get your team involved. If you want to get everybody on the same page at the same time, let's organize something like this. I would love to help you. And yes, this call is absolutely recorded, Natasha. I remembered to record it this time. So I will absolutely be sharing that link with anyone who needs it. And if you need any help, I'm actually going to share my contact information on the screen now. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so you should all be seeing my contact information. Please feel free to jot that down. I love to chat, folks, so there's no stupid questions. There is no, okay, maybe I could figure that out myself. If you need help, please reach out to me. I want you to be successful with Teamzy from day one, okay? And that means really getting a handle of the system on the front end. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of today's call. It means the world to me that you made some time for me right around the holidays. This is a crazy time. I wish you all the absolute best going into the holiday season. Enjoy with your families, love on your customers and your clients, and enjoy your time with Teamzy. We're always here to help. Just gonna check the chat one more time here. Alrighty, I think that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I thanks so much for your time. You guys have a great night, okay? Bye now.